Hey guys, welcome to the Brains and Beauty School YouTube channel. My name is Allison Conway, founder and owner of Brains and Beauty School, and today we are going to do a Seint Makeup cream makeup tutorial. Yay, yay, yay! And one thing that I want to focus on today is blending and the blending technique because your makeup will ultimately look flawless as soon as you get this blending technique done. Now keep in mind, you have to trust the process, and we're going to come back to that as we go through today's tutorial. So, as you may know, and maybe you don't know, but I use Seint Makeup. There's so many reasons why, one of them being that everything I need lives in this one compact. So we have all of the bits and pieces that I need all right here, and I'm going to show you how I use all of it here today. Okay, getting started. We're going to put contour on our face first. I like to use this end of the detail brush, and I'm going to just lightly dip it into my contour color. The contour color that I love using is called Olive, and the way that I usually apply is I like to find my cheekbone and do kind of a little swoosh check mark almost to really get my cheekbone accentuated. And then I come above my eyebrows and I do a little arc, a little rainbow shape, and I apply just a little bit up there. What you're going to do is find the end of your eyebrows, and you're just really going to connect the ends of your eyebrows together when you do that. Then you're going to take your contour and apply underneath here, underneath your jawline. Now, you don't want to go right on top of your jawline. You're going to want to go underneath. And I know this is funny, but one way you can find that is pulling your neck back, give yourself that double chin, and really try to fill in where your double chin is accentuated right there. We'll add contour to one more, actually two more spots, our nose and our lip, but I always like to do that later. So next we're going to apply our main shade highlight. So with this makeup system, you usually have 2 or 3 colors to put across your face to give your face that 3D dimension. Now, think about it this way. Your face isn't all one color. So why should your foundation be? Guess what? It shouldn't. One way I like to apply this is using my Buff Brush. So I'm going to put this in my what is called main shade. And this is going to be the color that mostly matches your skin tone. So this is going to cover the most surface area on your face. Now, again, this makeup is highly pigmented, so you really don't need to keep dunking your brush back into this like that. You just need to go ding, 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 like a little stipple. Okay. I like to use 2 shades, especially in the winter time. So I'm going to be using my next shade, which is called Moonlit. So what I put on my main shade, that's called Aura, and this one is called Moonlit. So again, I'm just going to take my detail brush, the skinnier side. I'm going to lightly dab it in to my Moonlit color, and I'm going to apply it on my chin, my Cupid's arrow, the bridge of my nose, and fan it out across my forehead. Okay, this looks like crazy, right? It's about to look crazier. I'm also going to take this and I'm going to apply it up here next to my corner of my eyes and inside my eyes here. I have this trick that I like to use, and I use this color called Frenchie, and I just put a dab of it underneath my eye like this. When I blend this all out, it'll come together, but when you have dark circles under your eyes and you try to cover it up with a lighter shade, that's not really what you should be doing. It's all about the color wheel and all about the color science, but basically the colors underneath your eyes are like blues or purples, and directly across that on a color wheel, if you Google it, you'll see what I mean, is going to be like an orangey type of color, and this color Frenchie has the orange undertones that you need to cancel out those purple and blue bags underneath your eyes. Okay, I mentioned earlier, now we need to do a contour right here. Contour on our nose is going to help our nose look skinny. And I like to wait and add that after I put my main shades on, because sometimes when I'm applying it, I'm not a professional makeup artist. So I'm kind of messy when I do it. And then my base shade would really take over the contour of my nose. So you can kind of see the change that has already happened by applying this on top here. And the other place that we're going to apply contour is underneath our lip, but I'm going to do that after I blend. Okay, so blending, that's what we are here to talk about today. We need to know the mechanics on how to blend and why it's important. So I have all these colors all over my face and it looks like a little funky, but how do we blend it all in to make it come together? So what you're going to do is I take my buff brush, but you can take whatever brush you have. Maybe you have the 3D brush and you can kind of use this end right here to blend it, or you can even use the pointy end. It kind of depends. Brushes do a lot of things for a lot of different people, and I just like to show you the way that I do it in case you want to pick up how I like to do my hacks. So basically, I'm going to take the fluffier end of my buff brush. I'm going to take it and we're going to blend from lightest color to darkest color. So what does that mean? We are going to really dab into our skin first, the lightest shade, which is that brightening shade color, and we are going to push it into our skin. Just lightly press it in. We aren't going to swipe, we aren't going to drag it, because when we do that, you know what happens? It transfers back onto your brush. Ew, why would we do that? We just put all this product on our face and we don't want to take it back on the brush. And all makeup does this, right? It's going to transfer and we don't want it to transfer back to our brush. We will finish it later with a setting powder. So now I'm moving on to the next shade, which is the main highlight. And you can again see how I'm pressing this into the skin and it all kind of melts together like butter. It's very velvety. Okay, here we are, and we are now blending in that Frenchy color underneath my eyes. And you can kind of see already how the dark circles under my eyes are canceling out now that I'm blending all of this together. And I'll come over here and do my other eye so you can see that as well. But look, everything, all the craziness that you've just put on your face, it's already blending in. Okay, let's go to the contour part. All right, there is a clear distinction where that contour is. We don't necessarily want to blend in the inside of the contour, but more we want to blend the lines together with the highlight shades. So you're going to come around and, blend it down, brush it up, and if you feel like your contour is a little too dark, you can always, again, dab that in, brushing up toward the hairline, but you want to leave that contour alone because it is providing you that shadow that you want to really make your face have the dimension and the 3D look. Because let's be honest, just like our personalities, we're not one-dimensional. We are multi-dimensional people, right? We got lots of personalities. Some of them are a little bit, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but that's a-okay. All right, we put this down here, this contour down here. We kind of want to drag. This is the only part I would say we drag down to our neckline, down to our throat, because we're pulling this shadow shade back down so that it looks like our chin is so cut and chiseled. Okay. Everything looks nice and blended here. Now I'm going to show you a trick. If you feel like after, let me get my brush. Okay, I'm going to show you a trick. If you feel like after you're blending your contour moved too far down your face, I'm going to show you how to give that cut so it looks nice and crisp. A little bit of my contour shade, and I'm finding the corner of my mouth. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull that back up towards my ear. You're going to see that line is cut right here to really make it a sharp look. You might have to, dab it in, blend it out a little bit, but you now can see the definition, but it still blends together. It's perfect. Okay, next we have our lip and cheek colors. I have quite the assortment here. I really do love the lip and cheeks. You get to put it both on your lips and your cheeks. So I'm going to put the blush on first, and then we're going to do the lips, and we're going to contour our lips too to really make them have that plump effect that's so popular. All right, so here's my blush and bronzer brush. I'm going to take the tinier end and I'm going to put it into my shades right here. I am actually going to go with a little bit of sangria today. And I'm going to put a little on my brush and I'm going to just lightly dab it on my cheekbone above the contour. So we're not putting this on top of the contour color. we are putting it just above. So it is higher up on our cheekbone. So you know your cheekbone's here, you put your contour a little above that, and you put your blush a little above that. And if you just bring it up here and kind of swirl it, it's really going to help lift your face, which also helps when you are trying to get the skinnier effect as you're applying your makeup. Okay, let's do the lips. I'm going to also take this on my, I forget what this brush is called. Detail brush? No, not detail brush. I'll come up with it. Anyways, you're going to apply this on your lip. Ding, ding. Sometimes you might see people put the liner on first. Whatever order you do it, it doesn't matter. You're going to get the same result. Here's the skinnier end, and I'm going to come back to my contour color Olive, and I am just going to slowly pull it across the outside of my lip. And it gives you that plumper look. If you want to just dab it into your skin just a little bit to make it blend, you can do that as well. Okay, the next step of the color palette is your bronzer. I take the fluffier end, I just swirl it. That's a trick here. Swirl it, don't go, just swirl it in. And again, take that same swirling motion and really swirl it across your face. You might hear in my other videos I say this, you're going to put your bronzer where the sun would usually kiss your skin when you go outside. So what does that mean? Bronzer warms your face up just like the sun does. So that's the difference between contour and bronzer. Bronzer really warms you up, and contour chisels you and keeps you looking nice and skinny. And this just kind of brings the rest of the look together as you swirl it all over your face or wherever. I kind of like to do that, especially in the wintertime when I'm so pale. I mentioned we were going to put a setting powder on. Seint Makeup does have a setting powder. I like to use this little perfector sponge right here, like this, and take your favorite setting spray and go squirt. Today I am using the Urban Decay setting spray, and I squirt it on my perfector brush. And we have a Vanilla Dust setting powder. So I'm going to just take my perfector brush and put a little bit in that setting powder, and I'm going to put it on the places of my face that, 1, get shiny, 2, might get oily, and 3 places that might come in contact with something else so that it doesn't transfer. Now remember, setting powder does just that. It sets your makeup into place. So if you feel like you have too much makeup on, then you might not want to put your setting powder on, because it truly will make it set and stay all day and stay a lot longer. I'm going to tell you something about this makeup though. It is buildable, so you don't need to cake it all on at first. You can just do a little bit at a time and slowly add more as you need it. If you find that your makeup is kind of crinkling up or just really looking like it's caked on your face, you probably have too much on. Reel it back in. You don't need that much. Trust me on this. You can always add more, but it's a lot harder to take it off. So start with just a little bit and then add as you need to. Okay, this is my full face of makeup, and as you can see, it is a nice, easy daytime look. I look like I'm fresh. I look like I am kissed by the sunlight, even though it is the middle of January. I don't know when you're going to see this, but I promise you this look really does pull your whole entire face together.